Bum, bum, ba, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, bum, bum, bum. I'll not save this. People come. Which ones have we got? I got my normal ones. Da, 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 da. It's better doing it on here. It's better doing it on the laptop. A little bit better. Hello. Oh, my phone. Oh, goodbye. Good. Just because I don't look professional, so I haven't got a background. I can't actually. Just I haven't got a background doesn't mean I'm not professional. Well, probably does mean I'm not professional. I just can't. There is a way of blurring the background, but not on Yahoo, on YouTube. Oh, I'm sure we can come on. If you're really interested, then you will. I don't mind a chat. Yeah, really don't. Come along, have a chat. Let's see what you've got. The cards we're using today. I have a choice. They are my Gilded Tarot. They're actually quite good. Quite decent. Yeah. Good little card deck. It's quite new, so I'm not. I'm sort of learning how my guide wants to put these down, to be honest. So my other deck, which is in here, this is the deck my guide actually knows inside out. Yeah, sort of quite a traditional type deck. Yeah. So that's my main deck, because I know my guide quite well, and he's quite good at putting down the cards. But he knows that deck, and he knows that deck very well. Would you tell me what's wrong with my throat? We shall. I was hoping to stay about half an hour. Let's see. I'll see if I can get half an hour. I've had one visitor so far, and they disappeared within seconds. Can I actually see the visitors? I'm sure people here probably know how to use this live streaming off by heart, and I'm sure you're extremely good. However, I'm not actually that bloody good. So that's not bad. I can start a poll. That's quite easy. It's not very. I do need another computer before you start saying, "Oh, you're a bit blurred." Yeah, I know I'm a bit blurred. There will be another computer coming in. I'm going to have to do that, and I'm going to have to make sure it's not a low vis camera, aren't I? So I am shuffling the deck. Quite happy to answer anybody's questions. Because there's not many people, not anybody on. If anybody actually did come on and they wanted to ask a question, I'm sure we can ask my guide if he'll answer the question for you. Yes, I am definitely open to giving you a few little testers on the question and answer. Somebody's collecting something. Is there a reason why I'm here? No, well, there is, but I'm not going to say it while nobody's on, because that's just talking to myself. I am quite happy just spending 10 minutes on my own. I'm quite surprised nobody comes in. I'm not as bad as I look. Just keep an eye on the people and hope that another one comes in and to have a quick chat. A zippity doo dah, zippity yay. My oh my, what a wonderful day. I'm just looking at a few videos on there. Overnight in Dracula's castle. I've actually been to Dracula's castle. I've been to Dracula's castle. Dracula's castle is a lovely little castle. It's not big at all. You expect Dracula's castle to be huge, and it's probably, I don't know. I live in a 3-bedroom semi, probably with a 100-foot garden. Let's say it'd probably be about 8 times the land size of land area of one of these. So it's not really very big. In fact, I think the path up to it probably takes up more land area than the actual Dracula's castle does, which is quite surprising. But it is true. It is true. It does take quite a lot. And the stakes on the side of the path going up, and those stakes are where if there was anybody that did anything wrong in the town, if it was really bad, he would impale the people on stakes and and that stake would then be placed by the side of this path up to the castle. So anybody visiting the castle would then see the people impaled on the stakes by the side of the path. I do believe, I mean, it was called Drac the Impaler. So his name's Drac, but it was son of Drac, wasn't he? So it's Dracula, meaning son of Drac. So, but it was basically called Drac the Impaler because of the stakes on the side he used to impale people on. Yeah, it's quite a nasty guy, really. So quite an interesting place. Really small, a really small courtyard. There's a courtyard in there, but being so small an area, you can imagine it's a really tiny courtyard, and it's got this small well in the middle that's sealed off because apparently, allegedly, there's lots of bones in it of the girls he murdered, plus one male, mainly female, but one male apparently. Don't know why he murdered the male, dumped him in the well. An odd thing, really. I mean, why would you murder? Why would you drain? I suppose you drain the blood, so yeah, there's not as much blood left. So, but even then, rotting flesh in the wells, not really what you want in your water source. So it's not the best of things to be doing. But yes, they sealed it off. You can't see the well anymore. It's a really interesting place. It's certainly well worth a visit. If you ever go to Romania, go and have a look. It's absolutely amazing place. It was Romania I went to. I went skiing there. I can't remember where it was now. Romania or Bulgaria? I can't remember. Yeah, it's Romania. Along the valley, and at the end of the valley with ski slopes to the left, you come to the end of the ski slopes and the what was tree-lined hills, and you get to a village. You go around the village, and at the other end there's a Dracula's castle. Oh, amazing place. Didn't actually feel anything there. I must admit that was right at the beginning of where I probably did my initial move towards being like sensitive to spirits. And I must admit, I didn't feel anything when I was at Dracula's castle. Not a thing. It was quite an empty place. The other interesting thing is there's no pictures of Dracula. There's no pictures of Dracula whatsoever. And his body was never found. He escaped into a church in the next village. And then the locals followed him, burnt the church down, and he wasn't in it. So that's where the some of the bat thoughts come, because how did he get out? Well, he has to have turned into a bat and escaped from this church, which is a bit interesting. So if you ever find yourself in Romania, have a go, have a look at it. It's a brilliant place to look at. Absolutely. I was surprised. I actually got one person. That's actually not too bad for me. I think people look at the fact that there's bugger all image on it, and a bit of a crummy image. If I had a professional background and put professional frontage on, perhaps they'd think different. But I don't know how to do that. I don't know if I can do anything like that. Let me do. I can do live chat. I don't want to do replay. I can do anybody. Slow mode. Nah. See, if there's a way of doing a banner on Studio, I'd be okay, but it doesn't appear to be. Frame, picture in picture, no. Interesting. I think it's. I will get somebody at some point who wants to have a reading. Cards. So spirits, come on, tell me if there's anybody gonna come here. Oh, good grief, don't want that card. Everything is in place. Don't stop now. Okay. The spirits say don't stop now. The spirits say carry on. I'm going to carry on. I'm not going to carry on forever though, guide. I'm going to have to pull some people in. You know what it's for, spirits? For a good cause. I'll tell you what, I'll go to 20 minutes. And then we'll just discard it if we can. I managed to discard it one. I managed to forget how to discard one. And it stayed there for 30 days because that was on Facebook, I think. Just dreadful. Couldn't do it at all. Tried to get rid of it and it just wouldn't do it for me. You do realize, guy, nobody's going to come unless you go out there and grab one. Hello. Oh, we got somebody. Good evening from the south of England. My cards for today are my Gilded Tarot. They're actually quite new. Oh, go away then. Gone. Cards for today, Gilded Tarot, and they disappear. Good evening. I'll tell you what, guide. Somebody's just come and left. What was that person wanting or looking for? On her way, they'd obviously set that They know what they want. They've set things in motion, and they want to know. They wanted to know whether it was the right decision. Well, you'd already set that in motion, whoever it was. You've already set that in motion. You ain't gonna be able to pull that one back. It's a decision you made. Go for it. It's a bit of a battle, You may wish you'd not started it, but you started it now. Be aware it's going to be a tough battle. Just to go, because I've got another 4 minutes, 10 seconds, I will just go through how I work in case anybody pops on again while I'm on. How I work is I work using the gypsy idea, which is basically I don't tell anybody bad news. There is no way I will be telling anybody bad news. It comes back 10 times on myself. I do not tell bad news. The only way a real gypsy will tell you bad news is if you ask them. Which is interesting. Oh, he's stag. So yeah, there's a few intelligent people thinking about coming, but yeah, or that person who's just been on was quite intelligent. I'm puzzled now. I'm looking at something in there, and I can't. That's insane. I'm looking at something. That's not right. That's insane. There's nothing there. Right. Okay. It just looks like it, doesn't it? I mean, there's I know it's the glass, but you look at it and you see, it looks like a Christmas tree behind the glass, and it isn't. It's just the glass. It's just the glass. You even see what could be the edges of trees, which is God knows what that is. It's actually a vase, isn't it? Just weird how it looks like a bloody Christmas tree. Dear. And the wife always used to love Christmas. Come on. I want a third person. Let's have a third person who's going to be number 3. Number 3, you've got to. If number 3 comes now, you're going to have to stay. Number 3, stay. Come on. Come on. We can do this, number 3. We can do this. Bow, 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 bow. We're all mad. You don't have to be mad, but it does help. You don't have to be mad to be here, but you do. Oh, well, it's time to move on. But yeah, make sure you don't leave things unsaid when you go. That's quite an interesting card. They're all quite. The only ones within this pack that are really difficult to read are the ones. Are probably the knights. The queens are okay. The kings are okay. The knights are a little bit more. They've done their work, and it's what work have they done, and where are they going, and if you do it wrong, what is it that you're going to do wrong? So, well, we got 2, but they both buggered off before we did anything for them. So it's a shame because I would have given them a free card. We do have them here. Of course, there is the other point, which unfortunately is quite prevalent in this industry, is that you get a lot of clairvoyance and people that do tarots on other people's on other people's lives. And the issue with that is, of course, that I don't mind it. I've been on other people's lives, but what they tend to, a lot of them tend to do is they just sit and watch, and then the person doesn't do it their way, and it's like, oh, I don't agree with that. You're not very good, are you? Because you're not. There's no flow there, or you're not really talking to spirit. I talk to spirit, and all that lot. And I'll be quite honest, they do speak to me, but not very regular. They probably speak to me more using smells and the senses. I can feel them. Those were wedding ones, and some woman came up. Sure, it was a woman, and go and tell him I'm here. Well, overall over urging feeling to go to the front of church where the groom was, and tell him that somebody sat at the back who he knows, and I'm like, nah. There's no way on earth I'm going to the front. He's about to get married. She's just coming in through the door. No. And she disappeared, and this bloke came and took her place and just sat there, just sat next to me, and he's like, or on me, and he's like, sheesh, back straight, and head went back, and I'm like, ooh, crikey, he knows what he wants here, and he's inches bigger than me. I'm about just an inch below 6 foot, and he was a good inch or two bigger than me. He's a tall bloke, this, and he's like, yeah, it was quite interesting, really. But I'm going to go 25. I can go 25. I don't mind. I'm going to watch a few videos and see if I can find anything on the internet that will be of interest. But like I say, if you ever find yourself in Romania, if you ever see the, if you have a chance, turn that then. If you have a chance to go and see Dracula's Castle, then yeah, go for it. Let's see how many this person's got. This person. See, they've got stars turned on as well. This one, and was live here, but it is interesting. If I'm looking at this, I can't see if anybody comes in. We will rock you. Dear. Oh dear, indeed. I am in a bit of trouble here. Well. Well, if anybody wants to have them, go about another 30 seconds before I disappear. I had 2 people come along, but they disappeared. If anybody's interested, you've got a few seconds left before I turn off. I'm not going to hopefully not going to be able to save it, and we'll just get rid of it. But thank you very much. Just in case it does save it, I would have been happy to give you a free reading. Don't usually do it, but you know. Oh, hello. I was just about to turn off my third person. Hello. Hello, Miriam. And where are you from? Oh, and my other cards. Two lots of cards in today. I'm working with a different set of cards. My guide's not as used to these. I'll show you that. I'll show you them both. Oh, blimey, Serbia. Oh, that's a long way away. I'm in South England. I use two cards. I used to use that. This is my normal deck. And oh, have you gone? She's gone. She's gone. But yeah, it's a decent little deck. My guide knows exactly what to do with that deck. He's very good. And had you actually stayed, my computer's saying you've gone. Oh, you there? Oh, my computer's saying you've gone. All right, okay. That's strange. Shall we draw you three cards? Are you interested? Say yes, and I'll ask my guide to control the deck, because obviously it's not me that pulls the cards. It's my guide. So my guide's here. I don't know if you know how it works, but I basically shuffle the cards. So I'm shuffling the cards. My guide is an old soldier from around 1800s. One of the family members, and he basically comes in and he helps me to decide when I should stop shuffling, which he's just told me to stop shuffling. And and then what we do is we then cut the deck 3 times. So 2, and we go 3 in a minute. There we are, 3. And are we okay, guide? So I've then got my cards up like that in a nice, because I actually read them upside down and the right way. Oh dear. Right, so we start with the 7 of Wands. You see that guy there? He's actually so this person's made a decision. He's made a decision. He's wanting to stick by it, and he needs to stick by this decision. But there are I feel a lot of people don't actually agree. If it's you, there's a lot of people that don't agree with what you're saying or how you're coming across. So you're having to defend yourself. And you've got your back against the wall. The door's behind this person, and he's thinking, "Oh, crikey! I've made a decision. I've got to stand by this." And the cards are quite the card's quite a positive one. It's saying, "Yeah, you need to be able to stand by what you said, and try and make sure that whatever it is you're doing is nice and planned." And that you're actually you know what you're saying, because I think there's a tendency here to the negative side of that card is a tendency to try and not lie, but try and make things as nice for the people who are trying to battle that you're trying to battle with, so that you can calm the situation down. I think that you have to be honest with yourself. We have the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is upside down, as you can see. Now, this is a little bit, this is more of this person has settled down, and there's it's almost like you're wanting things to be a lot calmer, but they're not, but there's a sense of stagnation, as if everything's you've almost got somewhere, or nearly got there, but it's upside down, and it's like it's just stopped. It's as if it's. Do you feel like you've stalled, as if you've got somewhere, you're battling, and it just seems to have halted, and the grass is growing on. I mean, if you look at the actual picture the right way up, you see there's grass under the feet of these people. So these two, this man and his wife, they've created this house, and it's a lovely house. It really is. But the grass has started to grow under their feet, and as if they've stayed there too long, as if things aren't moving. It's you're wanting something more, but it's one hell of a battle. It really is starting to feel as if you're treading water, and you're doing a lot, but getting nowhere. So now we go into the future, and we're trying to, with the third. Oh, and my spirit guide is right. My spirit guide is really with me at the minute. Is look, my hand's shaking, and that's my spirit guide saying, and my legs are now. Unless, do you know somebody who did somebody die from? I feel both legs, but it's mainly my left leg. It's strange. I've got legs. It's as if something's wrong with the legs. Very odd. But I have now got the Ten of Pentacles, which is a really good card. I feel that it's a rather strange mix, because it's saying that you've been really quite, you've achieved something, and you've gone a long way. You've really done quite well, and now you find yourself a little bit battling just to stay still, and it's really quite. Yeah, things have stagnated. You need to move. You need to do something. You need to change what's around you, because you're in danger of things just the grass growing under your feet and everything just not moving for a long while. There is a temptation, even in the Ten of Pentacles. You also see the grass at the bottom, which there is a tendency for this for you to just sit there and say that will be okay, it'll be fine, we'll not change things, and it's as if you don't like change, or as if you just got stuck in a rut. But the Ten of Pentacles is really, really good. It's basically you getting wealth, whether it be physical money or physical property. But it's not one, it's not a gift, it's something that you've built, it's something that you've created yourself. And the problem is, if you look at this guy, it's actually got a little tortoise on the bottom. And you just see the tortoise down there. Yeah. And the tortoise is signifying that, you can hide away. If the spirits feel that you're going to have this wealth behind you in possibly in the near future, and you've built it yourself, the stagnation point is still there. You've still got a tendency to try and pull like the tortoise, pull your head inside the shell and ignore everybody else. But the problem with the Ten of Pentacles is you've got there, but you pull your head in and you ignore the other people that have helped you in on your route to where you get. So my guide is saying basically the future is really bright, as long as you
you change what you're doing. There's a change needed to get out of this rut, because otherwise all you'll be going to be doing is continuously battling against whatever it is that's going on. And the house is great. You've really been doing some good work, and you should be proud of yourself. But for some reason, you're just stuck in a rut. It will improve, and I feel that you will be changing. You will change direction soon. I'm going to ask whether that might be true. So what have we got? So a little bit of a question on when and how this is going to happen, because I believe that you will actually get what you want out of life, and you'll end up quite whether it's money rich or property rich, you're going to end up with what you want, but you've got to be able to use that wealth and honor the people that helped you gain that money or that property, because I feel that there's people behind. There's a little monkey behind. It's actually a squirrel. There's a squirrel behind the casket of money, and basically that squirrel's helped you gather all that money, and that squirrel wants to be identified and helped and welcomed and thanked for helping you. Do remember to thank him. Do remember to help people that helped you along your path, because I think that is going to help you understand that it's not, you can't put your head back in your shell as a tortoise. You must try and help everybody around you. And again, I've asked whether there's any sort of guidance as to how long this is. And basically there's a 10 of swords, which looks horrible, but actually it's this guy's sat there, and if you look at it, there's a donkey. We call it an ass. And basically, he's just being silly. He's being stupid. The sooner you get up off the floor, those swords will not hit you. But you've got to stop being silly and stop almost letting this stagnation keep you down. As soon as you stop laying on the ground waiting for those swords to hit you, the sooner that this will happen. So it's almost straight away. If you can get off the ground, then you will find yourself moving forward. We actually have, and I'm not worried about it, so I'll tell you another point as well. We actually have the death card straight after. Yeah, you're not very patient with these cards. You want it now, and you're battling, and you don't seem to be getting anywhere. We need to end the situation, right? So basically, I've asked when. He said, look, basically, it's when. The when is when you decide to change things. You decide to change things, the spirits will help you. And I've got a feeling this spirit that's it's definitely the left leg. I don't know what the left leg is, but my left leg's not very good. I wish we could get changed to a different person, I think. And lastly, I'll just trying to work out when is the Nine of Pentacles, which again is upside down, but that's mainly. You look at the grass under the feet again. Oh dear. Yeah, this person is ready to go into battle. Yeah, he's got all his togs on. He's got his shield. He's got his sword. He's got his sword with him. His lancet. He's got his pentacle, which is his shield, and he's ready to go into battle. But he's not thought it out, because he's too busy. He's too busy wondering, oh, but should I? And am I doing it right? And there's a little rabbit in the bottom corner here to finish this with. And this rabbit is saying, there are other people in here that have helped this person to get on his way, to charge and move forward and get everything done that you want to get done in life. And he's just sat on his horse, not even considering the poor rabbit at the bottom. So again, they seem to have a thought of, you have a tendency to try and rush in to try and get that done, like the knight is there. You're really wanting to get things done, but you're not considering other people. And I feel you've got to be very careful, because if you don't consider other people, there's a tendency that might come back and bite you. They're quite an interesting 6 cards. I was just saying about the death card there. Right, I work with the under the gypsy rule. So do you know anything about the rules that gypsies run by? One of the big rules that gypsies say is that if you have if you see a bad card or a bad set of circumstances, I'm not allowed to tell you that bad news. If I do, it comes back on me 10 times. So if I was to say, if I was to see death and destruction and really bad news, health issues, I wouldn't actually tell you unless you say, please tell me everything, including bad news. So that's how I work. I work using the gypsy method, which is basically never tell a person bad news unless they actually physically ask for any bad news, because basically the rule of gypsies is that it comes back 10 times on me. I'm not a gypsy. I was actually taught by a gypsy, and he taught me how to. The son of a gypsy I went to college with, and he taught me how to palm read, and just phenomenally. It's really interesting. It really is. If you ever get the chance to learn palm reading, how on earth it works, I haven't a clue. But I had so many interesting palm readings. You can. I'm going to get this right. Maximiliano. Crikey, that sounds Italian. I'll be from all over the place. So where are you from? I'm from the south of England. Korea. Well, that's my guide. Let's ask my guide. So thank you very much, Miriam. I hope you have a nice time. And thank you very much. Thank you for coming on. I do accept. My wife died in April, and I do raise money for brain tumor research, which is on Just Giving. But it's John Seekings and brain tumor research, and there's we're doing a half marathon in Gosport. But if you do want to give a little bit of a couple of bits of money, then I'm okay by that. But you're okay as well. It is free. So okay, what does our dear Argentinian friend want to? He's thinking about Korea. So at the minute, I'll just asking my guide, and we'll see when he tells me that it's okay to stop. I actually work with some Americans, and there's several from Buenos Aires that I join up with on doing training for American businesses. And where's the other place? I think the other place, Mexico City, I think, is the other place that I have people I know in. So a lot of sort of South American countries. Okay, come on, guy, come on. What about his career? I always read the ones that come out. So before we start going into it, he's already given me a 5 of cups, which is a man that's been trying to make money, because that's what the cups card is. Well, it's love and money, but in this case, this has been a battle, and you've lost it. I mean, this it's not been very. This guy, if you look at the card, he's sat there almost praying. The cups are on the floor. There's a vulture up above. Dark clouds, blood red from the battle that's presumably you've just had. It doesn't look like you've had a great time, to be honest. It looks quite what you feel. No, I'm not going to shuffle that back in. I cut it 3 times. So let's. Oh, we're upside down. We have the Fool, which is actually quite different in this deck. This is actually a new set of cards. Thank you, Miriam. And there's a new set of cards. This isn't the same as on my other deck. On here, this guy is actually quite skillful. He's able to balance things. He's able to make the best out of his Hangman. The Hangman is on in the other deck is very much not you should, whether you are giving enough or not giving enough in the right areas. In here, it's more of the Hangman is more of he's balancing on the wheel. He's actually trying to make sure things are in perfect balance with your life, and I feel that's more work-life balance. So at the minute, we need to be able to do more of a balancing act, or that's what you've been trying to do, because this is one of the first cards. I would be saying that we've been trying to balance things out, but from the card that dropped out of the deck, it doesn't look like it's actually worked very well. Indeed, that was actually upside down, so the balancing hasn't gone well, and you have desperately tried to put this right, but at the minute it hasn't worked. Oof. I'm actually going to draw the next card as well, because that's an interesting one. Wow. Well, I don't think you've got any problems, Max. I hope I can call you Max. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't say the word Maximiliano. I don't think you've got any problems. Right. Do you want to see the cards? Here we go. Ace of Pentacles. You have got the Ace of Pentacles. The weasel at the bottom. We've just got to be careful. And there's a moon behind. We've got to watch what we're doing. But there's something brand new on the horizon, and it's like now. This is the second of the 3 cards. This is almost immediate in a time scale, whereas Miriam's was more all over the 3 cards. Yours is definitely saying middle card, bang, here we have that thought of something is going to change. And then we hope that my guide can say, well, how is it going to change? So what direction is this going to take you? And we have, and this is why I say it's good, because it's another Pentacles card and it's a king. So we've got the King of Pentacles and it's the right way up, which is a good point, because the king is someone he's been there, he's seen it, he's done it, he's got where he wants to be. I see in the near future you being exactly where you'll be looking back and thinking, what was I worried about? This is really good. I'm enjoying this. This is something I should have done way before. This is something I'm enjoying. There's a lot going on around this person's feet, and the reason why we have a lot of busyness in the card is, if you look, this is a king. He's in charge. He's almost nonchalant. He knows that he's done well. He wants to pat himself on the back. It's almost like you're in a position that's so good, you also forget the people who've got you there, and it's just be careful not to disregard the people. I don't think it's as much the people. No, what are you trying to tell me? I don't think he's talking about. I don't think my guy's talking about the people who got you there. I think he's talking about your friends. It's almost like you seclude yourself. Hey, I've done well. I'm going to pat myself on the back. But there's a sense of you've got somewhere and you're really, really proud about it. But don't forget your friends and family, because I've just got a feeling that weasel card, the weasel on that middle card, is actually you. You can be a little bit running, grab the prize, run away, and sit there on your chair and think, I've got where I want, and then your family come round and you almost ignore them. You might not be like that now, but what it's saying is, when this change happens, which is probably quite imminent, it's a remarkable change. It really is. And the dropped card and the first card shows it's almost completely what we call chalk and cheese. It's things not going right, and absolute. In fact, you've actually lost the war, and you've tried balancing life and work, and it's all total. It's like a total failure. But then, if you can get off that wheel and try and just think things out, I see it being quite a good future. Shall we see what we can? Shall we see what we can pull out? Do you want to know? Do you want me to try and get what sort of job this is going to be? Oh God, yeah, it's almost immediate. I can. That's the middle card. That's the middle card. It's what I will do is I pull out my other deck. Now my guide's going to have to change his mind. He knows this deck. My guide knows that. Oh, he knows this deck. Do we have anybody with Maximiliano? The back of the head. I've got like on my left back of the head. I don't know. It's like the whole. I'm burning. I've got like the whole back of my head. You got somebody with you. Blimey. Whew, Maximiliano, who have you got with you? You've got a spirit with you, and they're really quite strong. But it's something to do with the red with the left side of the head. Don't know who that is. I only speak to them rarely. I feel things rather than speak to them. Or they show me pictures sometimes. So I'm now going to just go a quick shuffle. I want to show what sort of role this is, what sort of job this is. If you can try and get Maximiliano the what you want me to do, I can do that if you want, guide. Right, okay, the guide wants me to do something. You better do something now. There's a spread called a question and answer, which we can do with this one because my guide is quite used to it. So what I do is I put them down and I split them again 3 times with my left hand because I'm right-handed. And we know your card. So I now go through these and I will try and find either the wish card or your card. The Emperor. New. Let's see if I've got the wish card near it. Oh, come on. I'm trying to find the wish card. The wish card is basically the card that tells me that is the one end of the answer if he wants to answer. But he's told me to do this. That's that one. How dare you? You didn't answer it. Right, we'll go it the other way then. Guide, if you can just do it from a general 3 cards split, please. He doesn't always answer using the traditional question spread, which he didn't on that one, which is quite surprising because he specifically put into my head that he wanted to do a question spread. Ooh. I know it's something new. That was another ace. That was an ace of wands, which means it's something completely different.